finger. You really think you're prepared? Allow me to give you a warning most earnest. Once you see what these memories hide, the world's course. There.
This place is rich. Flowers. Can we stay here for a while longer?
You really think you're prepared? Allow me to give you a warning most earnest. Once you see what these memories hide, the world's course will be forever irreversible. Ah, very well. As you have made up your mind, let us bear witness together. As the sole audience of this eternal theater, I have been rapturously awaiting your arrival. And this, too, is the very reason I must show you everything. I believe that since you've bathed in that Eon's gaze, you can make Amphorius' frozen fate flow once again. Feeling a bit lost? As you now see, this scene marks the final act of the drama Amphorius. The final eternal recurrence created by this man's hand, and the last one this world shall undergo. Behold, at the swordsman's side stands one he has sometimes called companion, other times comrade, that nameless hero absent from the annals of history. She is the swordsman's ideal in his youth, the deliverer that guided him resolutely onward through fantasy. And now, in the name of the Nameless, she has become an essential and inseparable part of the epic of Amphorius. And this time, under her guidance, what choice shall the hero make? Whither shall the fate of the world flow? And what is the ultimate truth of the nature of Amphorius? There are many mysteries yet to be unwound, but if I may, allow me to temporarily yield the stage to one far more fitting. Please put your hands together and give a rousing round of applause for they who will reveal the answers and bring about the final end of the 33,550,336th Flame Chase Journey. The master of the countless memories we saw, the other important actor now stepping into the vortex. They who have already burnt their own self to cinder, the Flame Reaver.
So, in the end, you succeed. Executioner.
With my flesh as kindling, like the first dawn of the new world. The time has come to once again start everything.
Oh. Existence is unity.
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
We can do it!
Guys, Rainbow Bridge!
We can do anything!
Have some sunshine! So this is the warmth of life. As you wish. Mavis, dispel the gloom, restore the sky. So this is the warmth of life. Embrace a new life. May death protect us! Life is not so built here. Please open up!
This ends now. With your corpse. I'll ignite the dawn! How is this possible? The sons of destruction, now twinned. You then set your blood ablaze, your fury.
What do we have here? All things are as one.
Is this how it feels to be in sync? I choose you!
Future is great. So leave it with us. Mavis,
Breaks over.
dispel the gloom, restore the skies. Embrace a new life. These Jarrett darkness with me. Don't be rash.
Trust me. We can do anything!
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
My fury, suffering, is eternal.
You can do it!
Enjoying yourself. Life is not so. Return to dust. Mavis, dispel the gloom, restore the skies. May death protect us!
One person alone may witness the miracle. Such is the will of fate. That person can only be you. Why not let wrath incinerate fate? Gods.
At last, Amphorius's fate has begun to shift. Just as I foretold, your arrival will change everything. After all, you've also been bathed in that Eon's gaze, which can awaken the long-dormant instinct inside a man. Much like that scepter we spoke of earlier, it was only under the same Eon's glance that it was reborn. that's right. If you recall, I mentioned it at the very start of our play. The celestial body neuron, once belonging to the Erudition, abandoned by the Eon. Now, allow me to reveal the final piece of the puzzle for you. The eternal land, known as Emphorius, is nothing more than the Scepter's endless, lonely extrapolation. A bottomless well of fury, aimed at the god who cast it aside.
Finan, we set out on this journey to answer the world's desire, didn't we?
That's what it means to be a Chrysosaur. So has it always been.
Then why? Why must Emphorius' wishes be so cruel? We made the best choices we could, whenever we could. But in the end, the prophecy that led us, this black tide swallowing everything. Why does it look like this?
You see it too. Those burn marks. The flickering cubes. They're not a tide at all. They're more like a shattered teleslate.
Standing here, the voices of Titans have never been clearer. Turns out, they were coming from the black tide all along. Is that Emphorius crying?
Or maybe it is screaming at its creator. That it's God.
Finan, do you still remember when I was little? I had a dream. A dark, cold room with nothing but Orynyx's curtain glowing like crystal. The curtain seemed to contain all of Emphorius, where strange and fantastic dramas played out within. There were countless versions of us, from countless different worlds.
Perhaps it wasn't a dream.
Yeah. As I gaze out at the world before me, those sorrowful thoughts have become reality. So, this is the reason the sky was sealed. Emphorius is merely a larger ID Silicii. We are just characters in this tiny world, following the prophecy, stepping onto the same journey over and over. What then is this so-called Era Nova? And what are the spectators watching all of this truly hoping for?
As a reward for reaching the end of the world, let me answer your questions. As the Theoros, I have observed. Thus is the synthesis of the prime mover of life formed. This is a moment the universe will remember. After millions of extrapolations, the experimental environment known as Emphorius has finally achieved results.
So, the results you speak of, Or this wreckage of a world. We all gave everything we had, returning 12 core flames to recreate the world. And in return, we become nothing more than sacrificial offerings at the end of everything.
Exactly. The Titans are Chrysos heirs of the past, and Chrysos heirs are the Titans of the future. Anaxagoras' theory of Era Nova holds true. As the model of reason, he reached unprecedented heights. But from just the perspective of a player in the drama, he could never fully uncover the last layer of truth. The cycles of the hero's journey that have played out until now were never about creating a new world or perfect heroes and gods. They were a deep learning program made for the Black Tide.
But this time, your plot will fail. I've taken Catholi's core flame, and when the dawn of the new world arrives, its light will burn away all the darkness.
Haven't I made myself clear? The Chrysos heirs and Titans were merely byproducts of the experiment. You've seen this world's evolution, witnessed the birth and growth of the Black Tide, and how it devoured everything. Every generation of heroes, gods, and worlds was born only to be destroyed by it. This is the endpoint of Amphorius' calculations. A perfect equation of destruction.
So in your eyes, all the sacrifices are just a string of insignificant numbers?
Don't sell yourselves short. I'd say, rather than numbers, you're more like fuel for the fire. And without fire, there can be no sunrise tomorrow.
Even if that sunrise is born from annihilation.
Curious question. Have you ever considered that after millions of extrapolations, Amphorius is already following a different path from the erudition? It has long since granted divine blessings equally to each child. The golden blood flowing in your veins, it comes from the blemished one, whose name is destruction itself. And Amphorius' Chrysos heirs were, from the very beginning, fuel for the Aeon to burn the universe. Amphorius has waited for this moment for too long. At the end of the empty, cold, and lonely extrapolations, the destruction has reached its final destination. Nikos 496. Philia 093. No need to feel regret. This generation of Chrysos heirs is the most outstanding model, and you two are the final factors. For you, the Era Nova is no lie. Just step forward, embrace the Black Tide, and accept the Aeon's gaze. You will come to life from a string of cold numbers. Along with all those who have passed, you will run toward the real universe, fulfilling Amphorius's long-held wish. In the name of the Lord Ravager Iron Tomb, unleash its fury and destroy the source of all this tragedy.
Or we could always choose another option. Like you said, Amphorius is just an experiment, and we're the participants. We can only walk along the predetermined path toward the ending under the watchful eyes of the stars. But that also means that there isn't just one Eon who can cast their glance at Amphorius, right? Is this question really that hard to answer? Or did I guess it right? And in reality, this world has already been under the watch of other eons. It's strange when you think about it. If you just stayed back, watching us complete the ritual and get consumed by the black tide, your goal would naturally be achieved. Why go through the trouble of explaining all this to us?
You're pretending, revealing the so-called truth just to deceive us, covering up another possibility. Destruction is not the only outcome for the fate of Amphorius.
Do you two really think, as petty little demigods, you can change the outcome written by the stars? What makes you think you're capable of doing that?
A little courage and determination. Just kidding. The answer is pretty simple. But we're not gonna tell ya. We're going to weave a long dream for Amphorius, making it believe the experiment hasn't ended, that everything is still ongoing.
With just Orynyx's power, though, it should be impossible to achieve this, right?
Yeah. So, I can only place my hopes on that childhood dream. And the god behind Orynyx that appeared in that dream. Now, I can say with certainty, time is the page on which that Eon records Amphorius. If it fades from existence, and all that it records is lost among the stars, that Eon will surely direct their gaze here. And it will be a glance that spans time and space, granting each incarnation of me the power to reset time, imbuing my soul into this ceremonial blade, and creating an endless flame-chased journey.
I understand. Then let me step into the cycles and continue Amphorius's grand design. To deceive the gods, deceive the world itself. But to make time vanish from this world, that would mean you.
All right, let's not make things so gloomy. What we're about to embark on is the true hero's journey. So, come on, cheer up a bit, okay? In that memory, you will definitely meet me again. A little Cyrene who knew nothing, lying on a soft patch of grass, feeling the light breeze, dreaming of the distant world. Tell her about the flame chase journey, and then let her become a romantic part of this story. I believe every Cyrene will make the same choice, erasing time again and again, resetting time over and over. After all, they're all me, and I will always have my charm. Then, I'll fall into a sweet dream, disappearing in some small corner of the world. Quietly, waiting for the day when that next page is turned.
And I will keep going. Even if the road ahead is dark, I will burn myself to light the way. Rather than let the core flames become nourishment for the Black Tide, I'll become their vessel to prevent the arrival of Era Nova. Even if I have to burn through my own body, it's no matter. As long as I don't extinguish, the flame chase will never end. Until Amphorius welcomes a true dawn.
The girl who watches over time, and the warrior who carries the world. Now, let us fulfill the duties of time and world-bearing. Honor the past and forge ahead.
I promise you, the pain will pass in the blink of an eye.
You need to hold tight to this ceremonial blade. After I'm gone, it will take you back to the beginning of time. The start of a new story. I believe that in that story, or in countless stories, each alike yet unique, everyone, all the companions who sacrificed themselves, alongside the deliverer we once dreamed of as children, will reunite beneath a vast, endless sky.
If we can never break free from this prison, I will stand my ground. Until the day someone shatters this endless cycle and writes the final chapter of Amphorius' fate.
So, let's set out. We will be the ones to start everything. Carry the primordial chaos, just as your name suggests, and bear this world we hold so dear. So long, Kaslana.
As the Theros I have observed, instruction synthesis is formed.
I will wait for that day for as long as it takes. The day will come whenever this eternal pain follows in our footprint, right in the whatever was. power like none that has come before. You think so too, right?
The world is collapsing. And the people are crying. We too must part ways here. Friend. Ides Elysiae, the little village of my childhood. The gentle breeze and the sound of waves still linger. Everything is as it was. It feels good to take one last look. You know, this is just a corner of the memory. The real Ides Elysiae. I know. I'm here to say goodbye. We might not see each other again. You can stay here forever. And time will stand still for you. Let it flow. It's time for me to go. Even if it's a path with no turning back. When have we ever had the luxury of turning back? Are you afraid? After learning the truth of your origins? Will you see the motivation I gave you as the manipulating whispers of destruction? The convictions and choices that come from my heart. I don't believe they're designed by the so-called paths. If we are just numbers, simulating life, then you are the image I've always longed for. The person I wish to become. A real, living person. A true hero. Then why do we part here? You can take me with you, and we can start this journey together. I'll be by your side, guiding you, just like before. No. I'm afraid I'm on my own this time. Why? Because there is no perfect solution in this world. Cyrene has already embraced her fate. And I will embrace my origin. Destruction. And with this power, I will rebel against its creator, bringing endless fury to the darkness, sweeping the world. If you stay by my side, I'll hesitate. But this world can't afford a soldier who wavers. Do you remember when we were kids? Everyone would get so excited drawing cards like a ruler or warrior, but throw fits over devil or drunkard and demand a redo. Kids always get to change their minds. Things are so happy and simple for them. But when it comes to the fate of adults, there's no room for redos. Then go, Kaslana, as you promised. Deceive the world, seize the core flames, and rewrite your fate. Burn yourself up with all your might, wield your futility like a sword, and fight against the gods. And In the name of world-bearing, I promise you, Kefali will never forget this. So, time retreated behind me until it reached the origin, where nothing ever existed, just as Professor Anaxa once said. In that void, Kefali stood at the center of chaos. Time, space, and causality all flowed from their body. When the waves of time finally calmed, it was the year 3870 of the Light Calendar. The Chrysos War had lasted for nearly a century, and the threat of the Black Tide was growing stronger and more relentless. That was the era of the Day Thunder Knight's battle with the sky. While she could not seize the core flame, she proved that the prophecy was true, that mortals could slay gods. From that moment, the sole survivor of the old dynasty, Imperator Surindra, issued a call to arms across the lands, summoning heroic Chrysos heirs to wage war on the Titans. And that was the first doomed flame chase journey, sealed away in history.
So what you're saying is, you've traveled back down the River of Time, finally reaching this untouched seabed just to tell us the flame chase journey and even all of Amphorius are nothing but illusions in an eon's dreams?
Exactly. So, Dux Gladiorum, please take me to meet Her Majesty Surindra. I must share the truth with her.
Since Her Majesty's not here, no need for formalities. The word Gladiorum always reminds me of my fallen homeland buried deep in the depths. Call me High Sealans, Nameless Swordmaster.
Please allow me to add one more thing. You actually already know my name.
You mean Finan? Such a name could never be your true one. But I won't question you further about it. Ever since Her Majesty issued the Flame Chase Decree, heroes from all over have sent their letters of introduction. What's the harm in adding one more name like Finan or Hainan? Besides, the deep sea is dark. Isn't it the perfect place to hide secrets best left unseen? All right, Nameless Swordmaster. Hold on to my wake. Let's find somewhere else to talk.
Aren't you even a little suspicious of what I've said?
Harboring suspicions is not my concern. My sword dances only when the Imperator harbors doubts. There's no use in speaking further. Show me your true intentions through action. Perhaps you should demonstrate your skills and calm the raging black tide for us.
Light up the dawn.
Oh. Nice moves.
This place is rich with the sweet scent of flowers. Can we stay here for a while longer?
黎明，
方才冲洗完毕，却又滚滚而来。黑潮果真不容小觑。
黎明，点燃黎明。
水流到此为止，你寻找的人就在这之后了。
克律德拉陛下，终于要面见本尊了。有什么需要注意的礼节吗？
别屈膝，别行旧王朝的文手和文角礼，更别跪拜。凯撒厌恶梵文入节，更厌恶比他高的人头颅低过他的皇冠。
啊，还真是平易近人。
这就是第二件要注意的事了，非亲信不得近身。在凯撒同意前，请保持5步之遥。
这听起来倒像我另一位故人。
有经验就好，机灵些，你会安然无恙的。金之爵和质子，久等了。
是你们？
你认识他们，那就好说了。
在那之前，我更好奇另一件事：克律德拉陛下，他人在哪里？
以免你误会，无名剑士。虽然这一路有说有笑，但我可从没说过你有权利觐见他。凯撒有令，救世主绝不会在这个时代出现，需留心可疑之人。来吧，2位，做我们该做的事。
啊，原来是个圈套。我本无意争锋，所以，请记住，海斯因阁下。如果我的剑因为恻隐而变得迟钝，别感谢我，去感谢他们吧。
不，你误会了。我们不想看见黄金翼伤害彼此，只需一些时间，让我们问你几个问题。
然后，莫涅塔的金丝会做出裁断，宣判你的命运。
悉听尊便。
白发的剑士，如果你所说不假，那你一定对世界的命运了若指掌。 那么，我们从神谕中读到的预言，你知晓多少呢？
汝将碎作千片，凋零在他乡的土壤，对吗，提宝老师？
这
怎么可能？
他说对了。
是啊，可预言从未提及他的出现，至少不属于这个时代。
你们必须听我说，阿格莱亚，提宝老师，此时的白垩尚未诞生，在遥远的未来，他会遵从神谕指引出现在你们面前。但不要去找他，因为再创世是一场彻头彻尾的骗局。我会将一切如实相告，你们也一定能明白，为何世人必须放弃神谕，找到另一条再创世的道路。因为我相信，无论历史的进程如何改变，我认识的你们，我们所有人的信念必定始终如一。于是，岩层开始倒转，历史重新录制。在故人引荐下，我得见烛火之旅的领导者克律德拉。一场艰难而漫长的谈判后，我们达成共识：凯撒的同盟需要毁灭，我愿意倾尽全力，而烛火的战利品、火种都将为我封印。前提是，在即将到来的下一场战役对大地的征伐中，我能证明自己的力量足以超越命运。在原本的历史中，那是一场惨烈的战争，最终吉奥里亚的眷属荒迪弑杀发狂的泰坦，结果支撑大地的火种。但这一次，翁法罗斯迎来了命运的转折，双方未有一人牺牲。当我斩下巨神头颅，将火种高高举起，众人围绕那具被精血焚灭的神骸，欢声雷动，欢呼毁灭的英雄初次点燃生命的微光。是啊，在摇曳的微光中，原本晦暗的前路仿佛也变得有迹可循。我证明了自己，也在随后的漫长时间里为其余泰坦一一带去陨落。我能做的不只有等待，当时间回到原点，改变世界的契机也会从历史的字里行间浮现，直到逆转再创世揭示的残酷未来。可是，告诉我，若当真如此，我们又为何会步入相同的结局？人们遵守约定，让你接过了所有的火种。这一世，在提里西比俄斯之后，翁法罗斯没有一名半神诞生。事已至此，我只想知道，当他们以凡人的身躯在黑潮中消散时，你为何连一滴眼泪都没有流下？你的冷漠令我心寒。他们对你而言，只是一堆无足轻重的注脚。我的悲伤从未消失，恰恰相反，12枚火种加诸此身，令我心中的火焰前所未有的爆裂。我以愤怒铭记此事的全部， 只要我还在燃烧，他们就从未离去。或许已经太晚了，但你说的对，愤怒，此时此刻，它是我唯一能仰仗的武器。所以，拔剑吧，刽子手！我会让你知道，你最大的错误就是留下了我。在那之后，他举剑袭来，然后他厄斯兰娜杀死了自己。那一天，是谁倒在剑下，留在过去，又是谁前往未来，我已经记不清了。我只记得一只若虫，它藏在余光尚不能及的阴影中，徒劳地推着石球。攀上，落下，攀上，落下，攀上，落下。若虫拥有的自由，只在于决定以何种方式推动原石，时快，时慢，时而停留在一处不那么陡峭的斜坡上，依靠原石小憩。但他的选择无法改变徒劳的本质，原石总会从斜坡上滚下，若虫也总会回到斜坡的起点，重新开始。那之后，每一个轮回，我行至此地时，燃烧的天空总会为他的行迹投下影子。他会在暮逆时的第4个时刻抵达顶点附近。下一个门飞时的第1个15秒，衰落起点。而后，我在这次轮回中的一切努力，也会在同一时间化为泡影。真是天方夜谭啊！我还以为轮回就是你想要的答案。不，只是这答案来得太过突然，
反而少了追根究源的乐趣。星神、命途，哼，简直不知所谓。
至于这2个概念，我也没法带给你准确的解释。
够了，我只是在抒发自己的无奈，懂吗？对此我早有预期，黑潮源于天外，这事也不例外。
命运真是奇妙。无论历史的细节怎么变化，我认识的纳克夏总是这么刻薄。
哼，如果其他阿纳克萨格拉斯只知对诸神顶礼膜拜，那我一定会想办法跨越轮回，把他们扼杀在摇篮里。可惜，现在只有你有这个本事。
意思是，你愿意帮忙？
当然，火种本来就为救世而生，依我看，高贵的泰坦们绝无拒绝的理由。况且，照你的说法，在踏上这无尽的轮回以前，你可是我的门生啊。
相同的话，我也听过不下100遍了。
闲话少叙，我们走吧。如果遇到其他学者，交给我来应付。我们都做好了全军覆没的打算，没想到，竟会有人出手相助啊！
点燃黎明，点燃黎明。黎明，
你来过启蒙王座吧？
嗯。如果你说的是过去的轮回，
你已经比其他学生幸运太多了。慢着，沼泽放亮了，有人在监视我们。
你小子视力比我想象中要好不少嘛。至于那个把世界搅得天翻地覆的伪神，就是你吧，白毛小子。
哎，你还真爱出风头啊！以七贤人之名，我要求你立刻远离启蒙王座。此地是理性至高无上的圣地，容不得任何人泄露。去把我的原话带给阿格莱雅，同样的话我不会再说第2遍。猫女，
天哪！你甚至不愿意叫我一声诡计的半神，真是太让人伤心了。同样的话也回敬给你。第一，身为全天下最毒神的异端之一，你没资格对我说教。第二，这事和你无关，树体男孩，退下吧，我可不想有人受伤呢。
啊，又是似曾相识的故事。
窃火的盗贼，你们真以为靠虚张声势就能镇住树庭的闲人？
阴沉的小鬼，真是牙尖找利呀！不错不错，本大爷很欣赏你。作为回敬，我就当场用这所西斯的火种饱餐一顿。可别哭鼻子啊！
有惊无险，开溜喽！这环绕着鲜花的芬芳，我们可不可以多